Morning everyone, welcome back. We're about 7 a.m, bit of cloud cover which is good to see. It is quite, well, it's reasonably windy. We've got 25 to 30 mil of rain forecast tonight, so fingers crossed we get that because we really need it. Yeah, it'd be fantastic if we can get it. So yeah, you've seen on the last video, we've got all the corn cleaned up out of the pit. The pet lamb in the back there barracking as well. So yeah, got it all cleaned up, so it's a pretty big day on the shovel and that sort of stuff. So anyway, it is what it is that. So we've moved on to lamb marking. So I'll just give you a bit of a rundown on the process and what we do. Next job, I'm just getting a couple of things organised here, and I'll run sheep in before the ewes and lambs in before the guys get here, and then we can have a draft up and then we'll get into it. So what we do when we say lamb marking, it's essentially we're vaccinating, putting in an ear tag, which I've got them here somewhere. What did I do with them? Anyway, I'll find that for you. Yeah, putting in an ear tag, and then we put a ring on the tail, and then the boys, we also put a ring on the testicles just because we don't want interbreeding and that sort of thing. So they all get a 6-in-1 vaccine, and then the ewe portion we give them a Guedere vaccine. So it's we don't have any issues with it, but back years ago, it's actually for ovine which is a sheep wasting disease. So we give the ewe portion one of them purely because they're going to go on. We'll on-sell them as breeders, whereas the weather portion will be, they'll go to meat, so they'll be, 10 months of age. They won't be any older than that. So, and obviously they're not on breeding, not going to be on breeding with them. So we've got a gun here that we do that with. It's a safety gun because they found out that self-injection with the Guedere vaccine's pretty nasty. It's a bit, if you're in Australia, it's a bit like getting bitten by a whitetail. It's sort of, the flesh seems to rot, and it's pretty ordinary. So anyway, so they've designed this fancy vaccinator that you've actually got to push it. If I had both hands, you've actually got the collar on the end here. It's sort of a double trigger, which seems to work quite well. The ear tagging guns, we put a roll of 10 ear tags, which are in the box down there. They are here, but I can show you some of the other ones we've got here from previous years. Where are we? So as I said before, each year's got a colour. So this year's black. So we've got, bear with me. Oh, come on camera, come on. It's not going to work. So this year we've got, this year's colour's black, but we've got, these are just some from last year or the year before, so they're red, and these are EID tags, so they've actually got a microchip in them that when scans you can enter, like you can monitor weight gains and enter. We could essentially enter in all the processes that we've done to the lambs. So we've been EID tagging for probably 10 years now. It's only just becoming mandatory in New South Wales, so there's been typical farmers, everyone's jumping up and down about it rather than just getting on and doing it, and Victoria's been compulsory for probably 10 years, and that's probably when we jumped because we're on the border here, and a lot of our lambs go into Victoria. We just decided to do it. So there's an extra cost from a normal tag, but every animal's got to be tagged now anyway, and that's have an ear tag. It's been that way for a long time. So there's two different sorts of tags. There's one's for the weathers, and then there's some, and these are ewe tags. If I get the light right, you might be able to see. There's just a little V there that identifies that they've had the Guedere vaccination. So we're giving the use one sort of tag and the weather's a different sort of tag. So the tails and the testicles, so we've just got these little green rings, and then for probably the last 4 years, we've been administering, some really clever bugger has come up with a design, and we've been administering an anaesthetic when we put the rings on. So that's from an animal health point of view and welfare, mainly welfare. It's been a game changer because the lambs they used to roll around in the dirt and all the rest of it, whereas now they don't. They just up and they mother up a lot better. So the wethers will get 2 shots of that, obviously, because they're getting 2 rings, and then the ewe portion will only get 1 on their tail. So that's pretty well the process. I have explained this before and this time last year. So what we have got though is a new lamb marking cradle. So we're going to try this and see how it goes. I'm hoping, because there's only going to be 3 of us. Usually we work with 4 or 5 with the other cradle that we've got. So we'll see how this one goes, and I'll talk about it in the video and give you a demo of how it all works. Yeah, it's like trying to herd cats, the little lambs. What's wrong with the one out here? Hello? Oh, buddy. Sit down, sit, dot. Should be about 250 ewes here, and being twins, there should be 500 lambs, sorry. Anyway, we'll just see how it pans out. So we've marked the first mob of lambs, and we've marked I think about 370 off 250 ewes. So no, it's not too bad. Still, yeah, it would have been better if we were over 400, but anyway, that's the way it goes. So I'm just going to show you. I've got Chops the pet here, just as used as a bit of a prop. And I'll just show you the 2 different lamb marking cradles we've got here. We've actually been sent one to try, so I'm not too sure what the disclaimer on that should be, but anyway. So just bear with me. Alright, so I'll show you the 2 different ones for starters. Chops is pretty happy here, he's just chilling. So we've got the vet marker that we've used all the time, well, we've had for a fair while now. It's probably 10-year-old, and then we've got the Harvest Air one that we've been sent to try. 2 completely different cradles that you can do the same job with, obviously. So I'll just show you. Get this start in the one spot. Stay there. So when I pick this bloke up, that's going to be. When I pick Chops up, I just walk under, pick him up under his belly, and yeah, that's how you pick him up. Problem we've got with this cradle is you've then got to try and flip him around. Stay there, buddy. He's being a good little lamb. Stay there. and then what happens is we lock his legs in like that, and he stays there, and then we can put a ring on his tail, ring on his balls, we can give him a needle, we can give him an ear tag, and he's pretty happy. Problem we found this morning is, I'll just cover that up, let's just get this G-Rotor chops please, is picking the lambs up. This bloke's pretty tame because he's a pet, but the ones that you pick up, they want to thrash around. It's very hard to pick them up and then turn them around to get them in there. So we sort of didn't persist with this, and plus we're probably a bloke short. There was only the three of us here, so I'll just get this guy out of here before he carries on. So the other one, the vet marker, and I can do the same with this. I can put that up there. What we've got is, so what happens is when I pick him up, he's already facing the right way, and we can just stick him straight in, and he just rolls along like that, and he just stays there. And same thing when he gets to the end. We can put an ear tag in him. We can give him his vaccine there, and then what we do is we just pull him down. Keep coming, buddy. You're all right, keep coming. And then again, I can do his tail, I can do his balls, and then all I do to let him out is he's out. Happy days. So, yeah, look, the other one is good in the fact that it does pin their legs and all that sort of stuff, but I was picking up, I sort of picked the first 50 or 60 up, and it was, my guts, I'm actually red on the stomach from where I was getting kicked trying to get their legs in, and our lambs are probably a fraction big for that one. So yeah, I'm not completely sold on it. It probably, yeah, I don't know. We just thought we'd give it a go and just see, but yeah, if the lambs are a bit smaller perhaps they'd be easy to put in there, but yeah, you're sort of fighting them all the time to get their legs in. But you haven't had a bottle this morning today, have you? So anyway, so we sort of went back to this style, and yeah, we're pretty happy with it. We can do a couple hundred an hour with that one, if you've got sort of 4 people, 4 or 5 people. And yeah, look, there probably is a trick to that one, but we just needed to get them done, so we sort of didn't persist with it. So, but it works. Look, it's a good idea. It's got a trip function to kick them out. Yeah, you don't have to manually; it automatically kicks them out and that. So, but anyway, we might have another crack at it. We'll just see. We'll get some more people here. That was the biggest thing. I was loading them, and then I was ringing the tail and the balls as well, and it was sort of probably just holding the job up a bit. Whereas if we had that third person or that 4th person, you could have one loading it, and you know, the other 3 doing just doing jobs. So anyway, so it's gonna rain. It's supposed to rain tonight. What we're actually gonna do is we're gonna run a mob in tonight and put them under cover tonight, and then we'll mark them tomorrow if it's wet. So,
So put your
Okay, so it's the next day. So we had a couple of days of land marking. We actually had 35 mil of rain overnight last night, which was fantastic. So pretty general, yeah, sort of 35 to 50 around the place, which was really good. So, and then it's been a really good day today, blue skies, and yeah, not warm, but yeah, quite pleasant. So yeah, and then hopefully they're talking a bit more again next week, which will be good. So, but yeah, it's changed things exponentially here now. Like having neighbours crop here at our front gate, it's yeah, you couldn't see rows, you know, yesterday, and today the rows are up. So yeah, it's changing. Things are changing, going to change pretty quickly now, which is good. So yeah, anyway, so we marked another 300, and we've done pretty well, 500 ewes, and each mob sort of had around that 240, 250 in them. And then we've, yeah, marked nearly exactly the same lamb, between 270, 280 between the two mobs. So we tick along not too bad. Lambs are probably big enough, but yeah, they're going. We're getting through all right. I had a mate come out today, which you would have seen. Just that fourth person just seems to speed it up a lot, rather than just the three of us. So yeah, we'll 3 good days next week, and we'll have them all done. We've got 3 mobs left to go, and then yeah, so that'll be another job out of the road, and then we can probably look at just see what the weather does next week. But I'm sort of going to look at putting yeah, a few of these ewes on some grazing crop, so we're not hand feeding anymore. But just want to give it a few days for that stuff to get away and yeah, dry out a little bit. But no, another day about done. So all right, we'll leave this one here, and yeah, we'll see you next time. Ta-da.